Get your geek on, folks. Review is going to watch Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. Cue theme music. I don't have theme music. I should get theme music. I thought about an opening. Yeah. Right. So, Two Towers. Here we go. So where did we leave off? When we left our intrepid explorers, quest-going guys, when we left Frodo and the Fellowship had been broken. Gandalf the Grey fell into a pit of darkness following a fire whip that pulled him down from a being of smoke and flame. That was a cool effect, by the way. Boromir died. Frodo and Sam are on their own. Pippin and Merry had been taken by the orcs. Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn are off hunting orcs in pursuit of the two stolen away hobbits. I saw this in the theaters, went to the cheap theaters to see it for, I don't know, $1.50, $2. Can't beat the cheap theaters. Support your cheap theaters, folks. Second run rocks. Good point to bring up. There's going to be some spoilers in this, so you might want to be careful if you haven't seen the film. Haven't seen the film? Film. I'm going to call it film from now on. No? No? Who am I talking to? There's no one else here. Right, whatever. Let's talk about the movie now. So I saw this with my friend Brady, who was in town visiting. Brady was an even bigger geek than I was. He was in the Science Fiction Fantasy Association at my school, which, by the way, was probably one of the dominant forces in my college. What do I remember from this film? Well, first of all, this movie is the one I've probably seen the most of all the Lord of the Rings films, with the possible exception of the third one, but probably number two, because this is the one that I had on DVD. The third one I got on a videotape from a friend. Bottom line, I remember the Kingdom of Rohan. I remember Sam, Frodo, and now Gollum wandering through swamps and other areas. Gollum mostly at odds with Sam. Frodo is slowly becoming more and more ensnared by the ring's power. Meanwhile, we learn about the Kingdom of Rohan, the Horse Kingdom. The cool thing that I remember from this one was the king had been corrupted by, I guess, an evil sorcerer, Wormwood. I think it's Wormtongue, to be honest, but the phrase Wormwood did pop in my head. Hold on, was he played by Loki? Seriously, was that guy Tom Hiddleston? Tim Hiddleston? Tom, was it Tom or Tim? I think it's Tom. Tom Hiddleston, whatever. It might not even be him, but dude, he looks just like, or I remember him looking just like the guy who played Loki in the Avengers movies. There's another great effect in here, one of those subtle little blending effects. When the King of Rohan is freed from his grasp, he changes from looking like this elderly and enchanted elderly guy under the spell of Wormtongue or Wormwood, or we'll just call him Loki. And then you have this transformation in the face from that image of him just being elderly and barely aware of what's going on around him to being slightly less elderly, yet clear-minded and aware of his surroundings. And you could just kind of see that both in his eyes, but also in the face. And he just looks different, but they blended it so well in that transition that it was just a great shot. That's basically what I remember from the Two Towers. Like I keep saying, this thing keeps blending together with the third movie. Either way, I'm going to see if this holds up. I'm going to see if the special effects continue to hold up like they did with the Fellowship of the Ring. I'm going to see if it doesn't get hokey, overly dramatic. Let's find out. Let's review Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. So I watched Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, and now for my review. Two Towers holds up. Even after almost 2 decades, it's still a pretty good movie. Yeah, there's some dramatic monologues, but I mean, it still holds up. Uh, there were some things I realized though. I realized that after the first movie that we really didn't get to know a lot of the members of the Fellowship. I'm speaking specifically of Legolas and Gimli, and to a small extent Aragorn, but he's got a big role in the first one, so mostly Legolas and Gimli. The Hobbits and Gandalf really kind of stole the show in the Fellowship of the Ring, and meanwhile, Gimli and Legolas, well, they're huge in the rest of the series, but I kind of got the sense that we didn't really get a chance to get to know them very well. In the Two Towers, we get that chance, and we start to develop them. More importantly, we develop their relationship with each other. We see them bantering back and forth, competing with each other for kills in almost, but not quite a friendly way. There's still a lot of competition, and it seems to be a lot about more pride than it is about, friendly competition between the two of them. There is one character that we meet in the Two Towers that I definitely want to talk about, though, and that is Eowyn. Eowyn is the niece of the King of Rohan. Um, I've liked her a lot in some of the previous viewings, and I still do to a great extent. But it seems like the entire character really just has kind of two purposes. I mean, one, she's another love interest for Aragorn, and she's also demonstrating a strong female character in a movie series with only about 3 women that are really even worth mentioning. And by the way, I'm serious about that. I couldn't remember Eowyn's name, so I actually Googled, quote, women in Lord of the Rings. I found a website that ranked 9 of them. Okay, you might be thinking, all right, 9, but keep in mind you have 3 movies. Each of them are about 3 hours long, so 9 women, 9 hours, not including the expanded versions, which are, I guess, like 15 hours long. I don't know. I've never watched them. Um, so yeah, 9 women. And hold the phone here. Who are these women? Well, let me list some of them that the website mentioned. Mrs. Proudfoot. Do you know who Mrs. Proudfoot is? Of course you don't, because she's in the movie for about 3 seconds in the first movie. I think she's got one line. Here's one. A mother who puts her children on a horse in Rohan. We do see her again when she meets up with the kids. That's it. That's what she does. I don't think her name is even given on screen. There's also Sam's wife and his daughter. Those, by the way, are 2 separate listings in there. Um, I don't think the daughter has any lines. I don't know if Sam's wife has any lines at all. Um, but she is in the first and in the last movie. Hmm. Who else now? Oh, yes. I kid you not. That spider from the third movie, whose name, by the way, if you're wondering, is Shalab. Shaloob? Whatever. The spider. Really? Why are we bothering here? I understand spiders have genders. Yes. There are male spiders, there are female spiders. How do we get baby spiders? Well, obviously. Okay, male spiders and female spiders. But you know what? I don't care the gender of the spider in Lord of the Rings. It doesn't matter. Okay, maybe we need this. Maybe we need one more female character. I mean, Harvey Weinstein's name was listed as the executive producer, so maybe we just kind of need as many female characters as we can to kind of compensate that one. But now I'm just wondering what the heck happened to anyone who's female who happened to be in this movie at all. But you know, terrible things aside, and terrible people aside, um, the spider, really? Come on, guys. I mean, I'm making this in 2020. Transgender rights are what we're talking about right now. Do we even have to assign gender to the spider? Can we just refer to it in gender neutral terms at the very least? Come on, guys. Let's move on here. All right. Let's get back on topic here. Uh, where was I? Oh yeah, Aowen. It's established pretty early on that she can handle herself in a fight. We have the scene where Aragorn comes in on her. I think he throws up a block or something and comments how she really knows what she's doing. She then flips it around and points the blade right up at his throat. Now that seems pretty cliche at this point. I don't think Lord of the Rings maybe start. I don't think they started that, but it's been done to death. But whatever, I can overlook this small thing here. She then makes this speech about how the women of Rohan long ago learned that women who don't know how to use a blade can die upon them or something cool like that. Whatever. It was a good line. Um, Once again, kind of cliche again, but still, it established her character and the characteristics of the women of Rohan. Except hold the phone on this one because nobody really seemed to remember this. In Helm's Deep, the people of Rohan are hopelessly outnumbered, and they mention straight out anyone who can pick up a blade is being given a weapon, except the women. They're being holed up in Helm's Deep. Let's think about that. Anyone who can pick up a weapon, no matter their age, is being given a weapon to fight off the orcs, except the women who we've established can fight. This could potentially double the forces of Rohan. This could save the kingdom. There was one other thing that caught me in the end of the film. Um, as the Ents were attacking Isengard, was it? The big tower where Sauron lived. The Battle of Isengard, I guess it would be. Awesome battle. Trees attacking. Cool. All right. But here's the thing. Saruman, the uber powerful wizard, basically stands at a balcony doing nothing. Really? You can't tell me that this guy had no spells or couldn't really do anything to aid in the fight. I mean, come on, super uber powerful wizard. He doesn't even have any sort of escape plan. And let's think about this. Gandalf managed to get away from him at the spur of a moment, no plan at all. This guy had time. The whole battle was coming. He could see the trees coming. They were fighting the orcs. They tore down. He didn't realize, hey, this isn't working out for us. I better, figure something out. I mean, he could have conjured up a teleportation portal or texted a Nazgul or something. I don't know. Please pick me up. Trees attacking. Ordered an Uber for the Uber wizard. Trees looked like they were pretty busy. You could have found something to ride away. Maybe he drives an Uber. I don't know. Get on a horse or a warg or ride away. I don't know. Trees were too busy stomping orcs to notice him riding away. Uber pulling up. I don't know. So that's my review of Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like, whatever. Leave a comment or don't. You agree with me? Great. You don't agree with me? Great. Leave a comment. Discuss it. I'm not I'm not saying I'm an expert here. I'm just some schlub watching movies. Is there anything else I could say about that? I think that sums it up. I'm just some schlub watching movies, hopefully enjoying them along the way. I hope you guys did too. Take it easy, guys. Bye.